I'm going to try and explain the really simple concept of recursion in this video, and I'm going to use factorials to explain it. So 3 factorial is basically 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. And similarly, 2 factorial is just 2 times 1, which is 2, and 1 factorial is 1. And 0 factorial, just by definition, is defined to be 1. So in this case, if you want to try to understand recursions more broadly, we would define n factorial to be n times n minus 1, and all the way until you hit 0. And you hit 1, I mean. So in this case, you can see that n factorial is actually just n times n minus 1 factorial. So we could actually use this to write a function that would generate a factorial for n in a really simple, like 4 lines of code. So let's say we have a function that generates a factorial of n, and then all we have to do really is to check if n is 0. If n is 0, by definition it is 1, so we return 1. If it's not 0, then what we do is we return n times the function, which is the factorial of n minus 1. And as you can see, this program is only 5 lines of code, and it might take a little bit of like wrapping your heads around it, but basically what it does is it takes a number, multiplies that number by the factorial of the 1 minus that number, which also uses this function, but then it goes all the way until you hit 0, and which returns 1. So what you essentially have is n equals n minus 1, n minus 2, all the way until 1. And that's how recursion works.